start changing our world. The frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. Throat chakra. Number 5. How do you start asking for what you want? Closed mouths don't get fed, so start asking for what you want. Throat chakra. The frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. When you start speaking on what you want, you'll start getting the things that you desire. If you never know what you want, or you never tell anyone or anything or yourself what you want, you're never going to get it. So open that mouth of yours and use it to create the best life ever. Integration. Number 30, which is 3, think communication. The frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves. Think of marrying the duality, the dark and the light, the masculine and the feminine. Allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. Integration, this is 30 and number 3. So expect forthcoming communication when you think of integration, because you have to start pulling in all the information from everywhere and every side to be able to integrate it beautifully and find balance. The frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. Start pulling in what you want to pull in. Start putting all the information that you have within your sphere, start putting it to use. Start using that knowledge. Gonna take a quick drink here. Feels like good information to have for myself. When we think of integration and seeking knowledge, we have to realize that even if we don't like the message or the information we're receiving, there is value in that information. Just because you don't like what it has to say doesn't mean that there's not information that you need to hear. So, my name is Larry Joe. I am SirenSong Lover. Just in here doing kind of a collective energy reading, clear. Hope you're having a beautiful day out there. Pardon the yawns. The universe has been a little university and just information's flying at us. Of course, we're coming into an Aquarius super blue moon currently, which I know times and energy changes, so you just have to put it where it sits. Let it sit where it fits. If it doesn't, let it fly. Anyway, Aquarius is about humanitarian, and blue moons are things that don't happen as frequently, and full moons, we are releasing the things that are no longer serving us. So on a global scale, as the collective, we need to be releasing habits that are not supporting the greatest good of all humanity, all life forms, everything. So I'm going to pull from the Mystic Martian Oracle, just see what we have to say here. My name is Larry Joe, SirenSong Lover. Should you wish to donate to my ministry, you can always tip. You can always go to Cash App, capital S for Siren, capital S for Song, capital L for Lover. Tall Whites, number 20. So this is 2. Uncertainty, distrust, guarded. There's a lot of players out there in the universe right now that are watching, like they sit from a more evolved perspective. They're watching with uncertainty, waiting to see what is going to happen. So start using discernment when you're kind of out and you're seeing things. If it doesn't feel like it feels right, don't accept it as truth. Or if it doesn't feel like it's not right, don't keep playing into that system. Start walking away from the things that you aren't sure about because time is becoming limited. Nauseas, lovers, erotica, sensuality. How do you need to be tapping into your inner sensuality, your inner eroticism? And 14 is temperance. How do you need to be balancing? Or 5, how do you need to be balancing or bringing things into perspective with things that are uncertain? Like, how do you need to be touching intuitively on things that you love and that bring you happiness and that have you in balance with your own bountiful side. I'm trying to figure out how to say that. So be willing to be distrustful, but also be willing to lean into what you want and find balance within the situation to be able to find clear answers. Arcturians, feeling safe, wisdom keepers, concern. Number 6. So 6 speaks to cycles, it speaks to family, it speaks to addictions, patterns. How do you need to be going within to access your own internal records? Or Arcturians, how do we need to be feeling safe and looking at the wisdoms and the concerns within us? We are the wisdom keepers for our own life. Tap into your recollection, your memory, your personal data to be able to make the best decisions for you. If you are feeling distrustful, seek out higher knowledge, seek out people that have higher knowledge. Grays, tall. This is utilitarian, organized, intimidating. This is how do we get everything in line. Except the challenge is that you can't actually ever control anything. You can just learn and help adapt further. So gray is tall, utilitarian, organized, intimidating. These are the ones that come in and they don't use their voice. They just use telepathy or action. And if you don't have the wisdom keepers or people that have the higher knowledge, you may feel concerned. I don't know if any of that makes any kind of sense. Yet here we are. Okay. Pulling from the Mystic Martian Oracle. Today's kind of an 8-8 portal. I know it's 8/17/2024, but it's 888. So manifestations. How do you start asking third eye? Number 38, which is 11, which is 2. How do you start asking third eye for what you want? Visions, manifesting, meditation. How do you start going within and figuring out what it is that you truly want to fulfill your life? The biggest thing right now is how do you tap into yourself, into your life, and figure out what it is that you need to be able to complete your mission. You have to start connecting with your own body, with your own world, to determine what you need to carry forward. Okay. Let's switch gears. We'll go into I really feel love readings have been pulling, so I'm going to go into the love tarot oracles kind of thing. So we'll go Twin Flame Oracle for current for this. I am Lara Jo, SirenSong lover, pulling some cards. We're going to pull from the Twin Flame Oracle. I typically don't love to go into love readings because they get messy and then people, are they coming back, are they not? You have to use discernment. If the message resonates, let it resonate. If it doesn't, don't make it fit. If it isn't for you, if your person's not expressing that, if those signs don't point at that, don't make it fit. All right. So anyway, I love to stay away from love readings because it gets messy and people want definitives, and there is no definitives in life, and it's hard. But For whatever reason today, love is calling, just on the personal side note. So let's see what's going on. If you have a love situation going on, what they would like to say to you, what is going on. All right. Unawaken. Your partner is unawakened. Unawakened, unaware, 3D, ego, darkness. Your twin flame is not ready yet. They haven't hit that bottom. They haven't had their eyes cracked open yet. The memories, nostalgia, repetition, attachment, reliving the past, let it go. So either you are unawakened to how you feel about this person, or memories, you're refusing to move past what happened in the past and you need to let it go. A lot of memories have been coming up for integration and processing for the whole collective. And the reason being is because we all had unhealed patterns that need to be addressed and reworked into how we need to progress forward. Even though it's been done like this for a million years, we need to actually learn the lessons and do better for the future. Beliefs. Similar or clashing belief systems can bring you together or keep you apart. How are you allowing your beliefs and ego to keep you trapped in unaware states? If you truly want something, you need to start waking up and realizing what's holding you back. Is it your own mindset? Denial. Oh, love confirmation. Repressed emotions, rejection, unable to see below the surface. When things get so hard, and this is a lesson I've been working on recently myself. When things get really hard, you just have to keep digging below the surface. It's, why do I feel this way? Okay, so just keep digging deeper. Don't keep keeping yourself in dark places because you don't want to face the harsh truth. Don't let your old belief systems keep you trapped in places you don't want to be in because you're afraid of what will happen. Offer, gesture, engagement, wedding, rejoice in your union. If you're willing to stop denying your feelings and look past your past beliefs, you would be getting offers, gestures, engagement, wedding, rejoice in your union. So when we keep those old beliefs, we block out people that want to come forward to hang out with us. If you can only see this is the only way, people won't want to step forward. Hidden path, detour, slow down, explore, go in a new direction. Love the confirmation. Hidden path, detour, slow down, explore, go in a new direction. Always be willing to pivot. When things fall apart, be willing to pivot. Soulmate, compatibility, companionship, your best life partner. When you're willing to pivot, your soulmate will come in. Compatibility, companionship, your best life partner, and be willing and open to receive. Be willing and open to receive. Open-minded, abundant, ready. It's your time to receive. Start changing your mind. Start waking up. Start looking at the memories. To see if the person that you used to want to be with is maybe that person. Maybe there's a path there that you didn't see before. Hello, I am Larry Joe, SirenSong lover. Currently pulling from the Twin Flame Oracle. If you want to come on in, ask any questions, please do. I normally don't like to run into love readings, and yet for whatever reason romantic love has been calling me all afternoon. So appreciate. Today I am grateful. Your twin appreciates you. See the blessings. Practice appreciation. Start telling everything, everyone, yourself, I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for today's opportunity to learn and grow. I'm so grateful that I have people that love me. I'm so grateful that even if the whole world is falling apart around me, I can find 30 seconds of peace. So appreciate. Today I am grateful. Your twin appreciates you. See the blessings. Practice appreciation. when things start going right, say thank you for going right. Even when things go wrong, say thank you for going wrong, because if we can appreciate that when things don't go the way that we want them to, that when they do go the correct way, it feels so much better. So sometimes it's appreciating that bad things happen so that you can have a better concept of what it is when it works really well. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. I am Larry Joe, SirenSong lover. Hope you're having a beautiful day. If you'd like to tip, please, always appreciate ministry, like sewing into the ministry. I'm also on Cash App at SirenSong lover, capital S, capital S for Siren, capital S for Song, capital L for lover. Potential, fulfillment, risk, achievement. Your potential is limitless. We are limitless beings. Appreciate that. But we have so much potential. Be willing to keep pushing past fear. Like that is a lot of, I feel, the lesson that humanity is needing to learn or going to be learning really soon is even when it doesn't look the way we want it to, can we push past that fear? Because when we're willing to keep going, even when it's scary or hard, there's better days ahead. It won't always be rainy. It won't always storm. There are better days ahead. So be willing to keep pushing. All right. Let's see. I just threw those cards back in. We're going to go back around again. Community, friendship, fun, a light heart. Enjoy downtime with friends and family. Be willing to go out and have fun and explore life and live again. Community, friendship, fun, a light heart. Enjoy downtime with friends and family. Start finding the things that you want to do again. Start finding the things that bring you enjoyment, love, happiness. Journal, write, process, contemplate, understand your sacred journey. So when you're feeling tough and you don't know what's going on, and I love to do this, like if I have questions for the universe and I can't figure out what's going on, I will write it down in a journal and then I'll go on with my day and I'll forget about it. And then I will be sent a song or a message, or I'll see a specific bird that'll remind me of something. So journal, write, process, contemplate, understand your sacred journey. Be willing to write down your thoughts, your feelings, your observations, because you are the observer of your own life and your own universe and your own destiny. Free will, choices, decisions, contact, and action. Action cannot be forced. Free will. You have the free will to do everything in your life. You have the free will to not do everything in your life. The thing is that you can't force anyone else to do what you want them to do. And they can't force you either. So when you're maybe upset about how something went, you had the choice to decide that. You are the creator of your destiny. Appreciate today. I'm grateful. I love that this popped right back out. Your twin appreciates you. See the blessings. Practice appreciation. Some practicing journaling gratitude. There are gratitude journals, and you don't have to do it all the time. Yet I love sitting down with the prompts and then even working through that prompt, just not maybe write it down in the journal, but write it down like somewhere else, is how do we practice more appreciation and gratitude? And can we start putting that on pen to paper? Can we start putting what we have in our mind that we're grateful for? Can we start expressing that through our art, through our journaling, through our any which way possible? We've all gone through so much pain and heartache. How do we start turning that heartache into our greatest life mission? How do you start being appreciative and making like the conscious free will to live your best life? You know what, when I have things happen, because I realize like, oh man, I set that up for myself, I'll be like, thanks a lot, Lara, like that wasn't, but then I'm like, also thanks a lot, like I love the fact that I give myself opportunities to learn tricky situations. I love that I have a way of figuring things out. Release. Loosen your hold. Relax, unwind. Release fear, anxiety, and doubt. Breathe in and release. Loosen your hold, relax, unwind, release fear, anxiety, and doubt. Let go of all the things that are not yours to carry. You are not responsible. You are not responsible for other people's burdens. Don't keep carrying them. It's too heavy. It's too heavy to carry your burdens. So put them down. Why do you need them? All right, let's see what else we have to say. All right. Ooh, there was a lot there. Pause, compromise, and alone. So I'm going to pause, compromise, and alone. Okay. So pause. Inaction, calmness, step back, wait for the sign. I love that message. There will be times when everything feels like it's falling apart and nothing's working, and that is the best moment to just pause. Like, step back from the table for a minute, breathe, pause, take a sip of water, which I'm going to do right here. And once you've collected yourself, move forward. You can compromise. Mutual understanding, flexibility, give and take brings rewards. When you pause sometimes, you can breathe and then realize that compromising may be better. Alone, abandoned, lonely, lost. The divine is with you. Even though we may feel like we are alone in this journey, or that compromise may hurt us, we always have higher beings walking beside and guiding us. We also have lower beings walking beside and guiding us too. It depends on who you're listening to and who you're paying attention to and who you're feeding. So, all right. I'm going to do a few more cards from here. And then I may switch decks. Okay. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I am Larry Jo, SirenSong lover, romance. Revel, slow, savor, entice. Open yourself to romance. Open yourself to love. Even if it's self-love, like start learning how to romance yourself. Like start falling in love with yourself. Start taking yourself on dates, because the best way to have and invite a romantic partner in is to learn how to love yourself. Because when you know how to love yourself, you can teach someone else how to love you. For me, like there are certain things that I'm like, oh, this is a way that I love myself. And for anyone that wants to date me, they have to match that or exceed that. So I was going into the grocery store with someone who didn't quite understand, and I was buying flowers, and they're like, why are you doing that? And I'm like, because I date myself by buying myself flowers, and anyone that wants to date me has to understand that they have to be able to buy me flowers. Like they have to date to the level that I date myself or exceed that. So like to knock that out of the park, like that person would have to do, you know, even go above and beyond buying flowers. And that's a simple way that I date myself. But in order to teach someone else how to love me, I first have to love me. Just like in order to teach someone else how to love you, you have to learn how to love you so that you can teach them. They can't just guess, because it's just like playing 20 questions with your wants, needs, and desires, and you don't even know what you want, need, and desire. How can they guess? So start learning how to love yourself. Masculine, your divine masculine, your twin or soulmate is seeking you. I actually do want to talk about that for a moment also, because there's a lot of divine masculines out here that are not awake. And a lot of us feminines have to compromise and realize that they aren't awake. We woke up earlier than they did. I mean, we had to kind of create the way and pave the way and feel our anger, because those divine masculines, when they wake up, they're gonna need someone to help guide them and help them understand what is going on. And they're gonna be hungry, they're gonna be angry, they're gonna be roaring with fire, because they're gonna wake up and realize that they've been lied to, they've been duped too. Like all of society, masculines and feminines, we've all been lied to. So those masculines are going to wake up, and they're going to need strong feminines or feminine energy to help them rebuild and understand what's going on. Like, feminine energy is very nurturing, loving, embodying, teaching, warm, embracing. So the masculines, when they wake up from their slumbers, they're looking for us, and they're going to need help. And fifth dimension, intuitive communication. You are connected at the soul level. I love this. This is a confirmation sync for me too. Fifth dimension, even though in the 3D everything looks like a mess, even though in the 3D you may not be talking to whoever you want to be talking to, and you may be compromising in the 3D, on the fifth dimensional level, you guys are interconnected, because communication in the fifth dimensional is telepathy. Like, there's no verbal miscommunication. It literally is energy and telepathy. So these masculines are waking up, and they're realizing that everything in the physical realm around them isn't what they wanted, and they're coming through with fifth dimension communication. They're gonna start waking up though here on the planet and be like, what is going on? They're gonna be mad. Hopefully any of that makes sense. Hopefully anybody has experienced that. It's just kind of what I've noticed by being out in the world and not of it, is that a lot of these masculines have been asleep, and a lot of them are starting to wake up, and a lot of them are going to be really mad because they've been lied to. Marriage, legal partnership, commitment, marital bond, and societal contracts. A lot of divine contracts are coming into play. Romance, again, revel, flow, savor, entice, open yourself to romance. And this is after coming with a pause and after being alone. So others are waking up. They're waking up to the fact that there's been a lot of trickery, there's been a lot of deception, there's been a lot of lying. We've all been kind of put in timeout. We've all been kind of isolated and paused. And again, a lot of those masculines are starting to wake up and realize that what's going on. And because us feminines, we woke up earlier, we have to be willing to hold space and grace and compassion and unconditional love, because the spiritual journey is a true mother. It's not for the weak of heart. It's not easy. Being a divine is something within itself, but then you also realize that being divine, you get to create your own path. You get to say yes or no, whether you want something or not. And other people's wishes, desires don't matter. Like, other people cannot take for you what is meant for you. Settling, scarcity, insecurity, lack of faith. Believe that you deserve the best. No one else can take what is for you. So anyone that tried to steal anything, they couldn't. Chase her. In pursuit, convincing rejection, let them go and let it be. Don't keep settling for things that are making you happy. Don't keep chasing things that are not meant for you. Don't keep chasing your tail. I know that sounds. Alright. I am Lara Joe, SirenSong lover. Just pause the cards. See if there's any information we need today. I'm going to pull out the tarot deck. I think it's about that time. Just figure out which deck I want, though. Okay. If you'd like to sew into my ministry, that's always appreciated. You can tip. I'm also on Cash App, capital S for Siren, capital S for Song, capital L for Lover. So I was looking at the weather outside. I was like, oh, Sky Daddy gonna open up and provide. Prince of Cups, there are emotions coming through. Water. These are kind of just Immature emotions, not quite there yet. 7 of Discs. So these are, how have you been building and planting your finances? Have you been making wise choices? Have you been planting in the correct emotions and seeds? Have you been paying attention to the correct people? The Moon and 2 of Cups. Okay, so I'm just going to read that as confirmation for where I was going before. So the Moon, there's been a lot of deceptions and lies around your happily ever after, your love, your abundance, your wish fulfillment. So sometimes you have to pause and step back and get away from the crowd to see what are the answers that you truly need regarding love. You cannot always be listening to what everybody else wants for you in regards to love. You have to listen to you. Quit listening to other people's projections and lies about what's going on. King of Cups. Ooh. King of Cups. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, masculine. Ace of Swords, coming in with a logical decision. This is heavy air energy. It has to deal with betrayals, heartbreak, feeling stabbed in the back. You need to rest. You need to rest in order to accept it, because it comes with Emperor energy. So when you start using discernment and logic around your emotions and desires, you can start stepping forward in that embodied emotions. So head over heart in order to sit in an emboldened position in love. Like, don't let the lies, because if there's a lot of lies and betrayals, let your mind see through the lies so that your heart doesn't get attached. And what I mean by that is, like, if there's been a lot of betrayals and you hear something that really makes your heart hurt, like, use your head over your heart and say, you know what, do I believe what that person said, or were they doing that because they were maybe misinformed? Were they under a false guise or spell work? Start using like eagle-eye vision with everything that's going on to be able to embody leadership. That was really wordy. Basically, I say like embody Emperor energy by using head over heart. 3 of Discs. This comes, there's like, we're celebrating, yet does everyone have a coin? Am I giving too much to people that aren't giving to me? Is this reciprocal? Is this balance? Am I having to give to 2 other people and I only have 1 coming in? Or is this completing the cycle? Is this completing the loop? So don't let your emotions overrule your finances either. Don't let 5 of Cups, your sorrows drown you. 5 of Cups is left in emotions, left out in the cold, thinking that everything's lost. You still have 2 cups with drinks in it, my love. You just don't have all 5. And maybe you didn't want what was in all of these cups. So sit back, relax, breathe, enjoy. Ace of Wands. Start thinking of passionate, fiery offers that you want to bring in. And this brings in that bold embodiment of King of Pentacles. That's very earth grounded stability. You have everything that you want, need, and desire. 7 of Discs. Again, planting your financial seeds. What are you planting your money in? And you have to decide, is it head or is it heart based? What is going to help build everything that I want and more so that I can be an Emperor energy? All right. Let's see if there's any more cards in there. I am Lara Jo, SirenSong lover. Just pulling a few cards. Judgment Everything that has been done foul will be corrected. So everything that caused you heartache, pain, everything that took pentacles that maybe weren't your doings, or they were doing your doings, but it was unbeknownst, it's all going to balance out. It's all going to be revealed by a higher place. Like, okay, so spell work needs like power behind it. Judgment, that's karma. There's no, it's not like it's cause and effect. Like when people do spell work, that's like cause and effect, yes, but like judgment is it coming back on people that were doing things that they weren't supposed to be doing. It doesn't like, I don't know how to put that. I know I just started to ramble about that. That's something I've been thinking about the last 2 days, so. Because, like, I have a lot of people that get fluffy when you talk about return to sender. It's like, if you return to sender, yet that person didn't send you any harm, it's not going to do anything. If you send to someone, they didn't do anything to you, then, yeah, you're going to have a punishment because you weren't supposed to do that. 5 of Swords, you have to stop betraying. You have to be willing to walk away from those that cause you heartache, deception, betrayal. 5 is change. You have got to change. Step away from those that play mind games and only want to play your feelings. Eight of Discs, you've done all of the financial building. Walk away from those that don't believe in your crop. Walk away from those that are trying to steal from you. You've done all the hard work. Be willing to walk away from those that don't want to enjoy your crop or your abundance, or they want to enjoy it without you. That's the other part. When you build and then people want to enjoy it without you, sit in your embodiment. Those King of Discs, that King of Pentacles, sit in your embodiment. Use discernment. Cut those out of your life that do not need to be playing around, hanging around, having a say. 5 of Wands. Again, this is passions. How do you need to be evaluating what passions are bringing you productive pursuits? Prince of Swords. This is using kind of that air energy, cut through anything that is not, and sometimes you can cut